Good afternoon, students. Today we will see about an equipment which are used in ICU. So basically, we know that different amount of equipment are used in ICU, which are not routinely used in IPDs as well as OPD base. So first one we will see the different amount of lines. What are the lines? So there will be a arterial line, or that is also called as the IC cannula, internal cannula. The next line will be your central venous pressure line, CVP line, that will be inserted around the jugular vein or internal carotid artery, depend on the needs and necessity. Okay, that will have if the patient has been admitted for more than 7 days in the wards in the ICU, then they go for kind of central lines. So it will be easy to deliver the all kind of drugs rather than to puncture the different veins, because all the arteries and veins are getting out in every 3 or 4 days. So to avoid that, they mostly go for a central line. Next will be, so these are the peripheral lines: arterial line, venous line. Arterial line is mostly used for the kind of, if you want to pump the ABG, or we want to take the samples from ABG, we use the arterial lines. Otherwise all the drugs will be delivered through the venous line, and central line will have also delivered all kind of drugs. Next will be a kind of infusion pumps. That infusion pump will be considered as all kind of infusion pumps, means that deliver the exact amount of drops or volume what has been quantified by a respected consultant, and it will be delivered to time being rather than the counting the drops, which was the traditional method. Next things which will be most commonly seen in the lines will be considered as ET tubes, that is endotracheal tubes, which is most commonly in all kind of ICU and most commonly in cardiac ICU or ICCU. Endotracheal tube is one kind of an airways, artificial airways, which can be inserted through the tongue, and along with the help of laryngoscope it will be delivered up to the trachea level, and there is an infusion pump or bulb which have a certain amount of pressure which does not allow to collapse the complete airways, especially in the upper respiratory tracts. That is considered as the ET tubes. Next will be considered as ICP monitoring, or a different kinds of monitor. So that is intracranial pressure. So intracranial pressure is a pressure which is monitored via the pressure has been developed inside the skull or inside the cranium. That is also have a certain amount of different kind of activity which can be noted. Along with that, in case, especially in case of neural injuries or traumatic injuries, then you will have a Foley's catheter. So there is a flexible rubber tube which is placed inside the bladder to drain the urine, because most of the time the patient is unconscious in the ICU or is not able, that sensorium is so not normal that patient may be able to easily go for a urination or a natural call. So Foley's catheter is most commonly applied to have a urination. Then along with that you have a nasogastric or orogastric tube. Okay, if the patient has not gone for ET tubes, then patient will have a certain amount of the nasogastric or orogastric tubes. Nasogastric will be applied from the nostrils and it will go till the stomach level, while in the oral gastric that will be oral different amount of devices which will be applied from the oral to directly connect till the GI or gastric tubes. In nasogastrics we have a certain amount of tubes which are used for the supply the foods or nutrient to the body. That is most commonly used is RT tube, that is Ryle's tube, which is applied from the either of the nostril till the stomach level, and from where we can give a certain amount of the semi-liquid or liquid amount of foods to the body parts to maintain its nutrient level. Along with the certain amount of the drugs and IV lines is giving for the same amount of saline and nutrients, but still patient, if it is acceptable, then it can be given through the RT tubes. So most commonly after any kind of major surgeries or all kind of neurological involvement, this RT tubes will be very common, which will be used for the feeding purpose. then you will have a certain amount of devices like pulse oximeter. So pulse oximeter is a kind of a small devices which applied over the thumbs, fingers, or in case of toes if upper limb is not responding well, which will display a certain amount of vitals to the display unit or monitor, which will measure your SpO2 and your respiratory rate and your cardiac events, and along with heartbeats and blood pressure, and then blood pressure curve will be connected, which will all be displayed on the monitor. Along with that, we have connected with the ECGs. These are the also continuously monitoring your heart activity, especially SI node and AV node. If it is any abnormal, that will be recorded and it will be maintained and recorded for at least 3 days. So these are the instruments most commonly used in the ICU. Along with that, we have a certain amount of traction units which have applied to the skin traction or bone traction to the different level, especially in case of an ortho ICU. Then you have a most common for the skill traction will be there for your lower limbs or lumbar spine, and as well as for the in case of neurosurgical ICU, then you will have, and in case of an neurosurgical ICU, the skin traction will be given to the skull to maintain the certain amount of the pressure, which have a effect on the maintenance of the vitals. Along with that, you have a certain amount of devices like nebulizer, which is most commonly used and which will help to deliver the certain amount of bronchodilators in every 6 hourly or 4 hourly or 8 hourly, depends on the how the surgeon has been or a consultant has recommended. So that will be considered as your one more instrument which is commonly used in the ICU. And ventilator, obviously, in case of an CICU or MICU, that is cardiac ICU or medicine ICU, it is most commonly used is a mechanical ventilator, and that also different versions are coming. A small version is coming for the BiPAP, CPAP and IPPV, and other kind of complete mechanical ventilation will be there. In that, all the modes will be together. So now BiPAP and CPAP or IPPV will be a portable devices which have a certain effect to produce a certain amount of artificial ventilation to maintain the vitals of the subject when the subject is not able to do so. Or in case of a mechanical ventilation, when the patient is not able to take the breath irrespective of conditions or irrespective of pathology, then this machine will or ventilator will help to deliver the exact amount or desired amount of respiration to the particular subject. So these are the basic amount of instrument which is used in a routine practice of an ICU. And certain amount of chest tubes will be there in case of an all kind of chest injuries are there or lung injuries are there, that will be mostly ICD, that is called intercostal drainage or ICD, which will be drained in between the intercostal space to release the extra accumulations of the fluid from the areas of the lung or areas of the pleura. And different amounts of shunt, especially in case of a pediatric ICU and neuro ICU, like how we have a VP shunt, that is ventricular peritoneal shunts, that is from the fourth ventricle to the peritoneum, or in case of the VA, it is ventricular atrium shunt, VA shunt, that will be in the right side of the atrium, which will be extra amount of the CSF will be produced in case of an hydrocephalus or in case of encephalitis or meningitis, and this kind of shunt will be there, which will be passed and set in the heart or in the peritoneum to release the excess amount of the accumulation of the CSF for different kind of fluids. Okay, so these are the basic instrument. Then it differ from each at ICU to different ICU have a different amount of special equipments. Along with that, you have a commonly for emergency management, that is a defibrillator, that is everywhere it will be there, and every 3 days that has to be rechecked, and every hospitals have the different criteria to check the machines. Most commonly practice it is every 3 days the machine has been retested, that whether the machine is working well or not. In a manicure we have to apply it and we have to check whether the machine is working well, and that has to be applied. In case of when you are applying for CPR and CPR is not responding well, then you can last chance go for a defibrillators. Okay, so these are the basic instrument what we see or we use in the ICU.